Hey guys, this is National Master Kevin Yang back at it with another video. So remember how I told you last video I was like, I played a6 because I want our friend Runinja to bring that knight back in. Why is that? Because if knight d6, I'm going to take on e5. That is my goal, and I'm going to do it, right? Because if pawn takes e5, I will take on e5. If you take, I take, and then this knight is, well, it's got to trade with this bad bishop on c8. And I love that. So knight takes c8. Oh, I am having fun now. Rook takes, queen g5. Well, good pressure, but king to f7. Knight takes, and I'm like, I'll trade, and I'll play queen to b4. And now you might be like, what? Why are you doing this? Why don't you just take on b2 right away? Well, I could take on b2, but I just want to be safe. You know, if castles, queen takes e5, this queen can go back, right? And although this position is really good for me, my king is open, right? I want to leave my pieces in a good spot, right? I don't want some sort of f4, f5 with the queen marching in to happen. So I was just like, okay, queen to b4, and if you play king to f1, I'm going to play the move queen to f4. I'm going to just get that queen. I want to trade you, and if knight takes, then I can slowly grind you down because this pawn is weak, this pawn is weak, the rooks are not connected, my rooks are connected, and things are working out for me. So what I'm doing is, well, our friend Runinja played king to d1, and I was like, wow, okay. So if I play queen takes b2, this rook, it can come to c1, but I can take on e5, and I can feel safe because that king is not safe at all, and I can take some time to attack that king as well. So in the game, this is what happened, and after f4, I said, I'm happy to trade because, well, things are looking up for me. Bring my king over, trade rooks. I'm going to get an extra pawn. I'm going to trade that. I'm going to keep trading, get some pawns, push some pawns, move the rook, take some more pawns, and, well, push. Just keep pushing, right? Move my king in. All right, another trade, and push, and checkmate. So, I have to say, this game at the start, right? You saw the engine evaluation, it was +1. And then it turned to about +2, right? 1.97. So obviously, it loves white right now. So after knight to e7, oh man. Knight to e7, queen d2, white liked, right? With the idea of maybe queen to g5, with the idea of castling. I don't know. The engine just loved this position. Bishop d2, knight g6, and e5. So e5 was maybe the first because it allowed this knight c6 and going for e5, right? Because if this happened, well, there would be no good defenders for this. If queen d6, well, I just take on e5 because this queen cannot hang around this guy. It's got to trade with this guy. I'm going to take on f3, and I'm going to take on b6. I'm going to play d5. I'm going to get my bishop out. So instead, right, I could have done that, But I didn't. I played d5. Hated the move. Knight b5 was seen, and I was like, no, this is really sad. So I played knight c6, hoping that I need to put pressure, and I just going through it, wanted to bring the knight back. And here I think it was best for our friend Runinja to abort the mission. Go back to c3. If pawn takes e5, well, pawn takes e5, because knight takes, knight takes, knight takes, there's queen to g5. The king gets pulled to d6, and things get really tricky if white castles queenside. So I think our friend Runinja had a good chance at stirring something really messy there. But instead, knight d6 happened, and, well, I think the best feeling of them all is to get a very good looking knight to exchange with that sad looking bishop. That was my moment. And being able to do that, being able to get pawns, being able to trade, and just converting this endgames, I was really proud of it, right? Although the opening that I played was horrible, don't play that opening if I were you. Well, I mean, things turned out eventually okay, but I clearly wasn't playing the best that I could, right? So for example, queen d2, maybe go with queen to g5 here, right? So that could have been a thing, and Runinja tried that, and, well, I guess an interesting move here, maybe, is the move bishop d3, trying to get the knight away from e5. So that could have been a thought, and I think that's a really good move, now that I think about it. But f6, knight b5, and this was the start of where I gained the momentum, right? Knight to d6 was good, queen to d2, but this idea that, Runinja was looking at what to do with this, and Runinja didn't quite find what to do with it. So the knight coming here and the knight coming here, as I like to say, time is important, right? So Runinja gave me some time by moving the knight back and forth, and that allowed me to be able to really scare him, and put that pressure on in the center. And that pressure is what allowed me to get back the grip, allowed me to take the initiative, achieve a winning endgame, and find my rhythm. So, if you are losing or whatever, I think it's most important that you stay calm, because if you can stay calm and you can still find the best move, that's going to get you there, right? It could be the strategy, it could be your tactics, something's bound to get you there. And I promise you, if you just keep going at it, keep finding ways to improve, you're going to improve. Or if you at least try, try to find things that are good for you, then you're going to do well. And I do wish you well as well. And I'll be on your side. I'll be rooting you on. All right, National Master Kevin Yang is right here to give you a hand just in case you need it.